Lionel Messi and Nike's breaking tie, how a small oversight gave Adidas the biggest face of football. The stadium at night is filled with light. Millions of fans are shouting Messi's name, but as soon as the camera goes to his boots, the story suddenly moves from the field to the boardroom. Everyone watches Messi's goals, watches his dribbling, watches his calm face. But very few people know that the 3 stripes visible on his feet are the price of a small oversight. Once, this same Messi was with Nike. The relationship was considered so strong that people felt this partnership would perhaps last until the end of his career. But then one request changed everything. The fear here is of business. A brand spends crores of dollars on marketing, but sometimes a relationship demands attention, not money. And when attention is not received, even empires make mistakes. The curiosity is, what after all happened, that the world's biggest sports brand lost a teenager who was later going to become the brightest name in football history. The story begins with a small boy from Rosario, Argentina, in whose feet the ball would stick as if by magic. Lionel Messi was not a superstar then, just a quiet child. Around the year 2000, Messi reached Barcelona. His age was just 13 years. He was proving himself in La Masia system, amidst the pressure of family, language, and a new country. Everything was disciplined in Barcelona's youth setup. Training, medical care, diet, tactics, everything was controlled. For Messi, this was an opportunity and also an emotional test. At that time, Barcelona's kid connection was with Nike. Nike boots, gear, and branding were naturally present in the club's environment, so young Messi also kept becoming a part of the Nike ecosystem. For Nike, Messi was not a global icon in the beginning. He was just a promising academy kid, short height, quiet nature, but with ball control such that even coaches would stop to watch. From here, that relationship was formed, which could have become very valuable in the future. Nike saw Messi at an early stage, supported him, and kept him in their football talent pool. In that era, football sponsorship was not just a matter of giving shoes. It was a game of placing early bets on future stars where the brand buys the story along with the player. Nike was already expanding aggressively in the football world. Names like Cristiano Ronaldo were with it, Brazilian stars were shining in its campaigns, and brand confidence was very high. On the other side, Adidas was an old player with football heritage. Its grip was already strong on World Cup balls, national teams, classic boots, and European football culture. In such a market, both brands having their eyes on a young talent like Messi was no matter of surprise. But at that time, no one knew that this boy would become the future of football marketing. Messi was gradually moving forward in the Barcelona youth teams. His game looked simple, but it was a nightmare for defenders. He spoke less but gave a full answer on the field. In 2004, Messi made his debut for the Barcelona first team. There were big names like Ronaldinho around him, but even in the dressing room, people began to understand that this child is different. This could have been a golden moment for Nike. They had a player who could become the face of Barcelona's future and also the hope of Argentina. But in the sports business, just recognizing talent is not enough. The talent has to be managed. The family has to be given respect. Small needs also have to be taken seriously. In Messi's early career, his father Jorge Messi was playing a very important role. He was not just a father but in a way also a guide, protector, and negotiator. When a young player grows in global football, the world of contracts, agents, clubs, and brands around him suddenly becomes heavy. In such a situation, the family's voice matters a lot. At one time, Messi's father asked Nike for some extra athletic gear. This was not a very big demand, nor was it $1 million clause. The matter was allegedly about small things like shoes, jackets, or tracksuits. Items that were minor in terms of cost for a company like Nike, but were symbolic in terms of relationship. This is where the mistake happened. The communication between Nike Iberia and Nike South America got stuck. A proper response to the request did not come, and the Messi camp felt that they were being ignored. Sometimes, silence also becomes a message. The other person thinks that perhaps the company is busy, but a second question arises in the heart: are we really important? Messi had not remained an ordinary academy player by then. His name had started coming into discussion in Barcelona. But in the brand's view, perhaps the urgency did not look that strong. This was the very crack where Adidas saw a way. In business, a competitor always makes an entry right where an emotional gap opens in a relationship. Adidas was seeing the future in Messi, not just a player. A left-footed magician, Barcelona's rising star, Argentina's hope, and football's next global story. In 2006, Messi made a deal with Adidas. From the outside, this might have looked like just a sponsorship switch, but from the inside, it was a big blow for Nike. The player whom Nike had been outfitting from an early stage was suddenly going to step onto the field with the rival brand's 3 stripes. This was not just changing a logo, it was changing the ownership of the narrative. Nike did not accept this exit easily. According to reports, the company took the matter to court and claimed that Messi broke the agreement. But in court, the story did not remain strong in Nike's favor. It was stated that the document Nike had was not considered strong like a binding contract. In reality, it was a document like a commitment letter in which Messi had spoken about wearing Nike shoes. But the court did not consider it a contract that could stop the Adidas deal. After this decision, Messi's path opened up with Adidas. And perhaps on that very day, a silent turning point was written in the history of football sponsorship. Nike had not lost a player. Nike had lost that face of the future, which in the coming years was going to be linked with the Ballon d'Or, Barcelona records and World Cup glory. Wearing Adidas, Messi won trophies with Barcelona, made records and influenced a generation of football fans. In every celebration, the Adidas logo silently kept coming into the camera. This is the real power of branding. The player scores a goal, the fan feels the emotion, and with that very emotion, the brand gets registered in the memory. For Adidas, Messi was not just a campaign model. He became the face of football purity, calm genius, and impossible-looking simplicity. When Messi moved forward cutting through defenders, the Adidas boots did not remain just a product. They looked like a part of that magic which fans wanted to copy. Children wanted to learn left-footed control like Messi on the field. Fans watched his boots. Collectors bought special editions. And brand loyalty kept becoming emotional. In 2017, the relationship between Messi and Adidas deepened further. According to reports, Messi signed a lifetime style agreement with Adidas, which put this partnership into the rare category of football sponsorship. This was the point where Nike's old mistake started looking even heavier, because the one who could have been managed upon a small request had now become a lifetime symbol of the rival brand. Then 2022 arrived. Argentina won the World Cup. Messi lifted that trophy for which the entire world had judged them for years. In that moment, Messi did not remain just a Barcelona legend. He became a complete football icon. And the 3 stripes of Adidas on his boots were shining on screens across the world. A bigger emotional advertisement than this is difficult for a brand. No paid ad can buy that feeling which is created in the hearts of fans after a World Cup victory. In 2023, Messi reached Inter Miami. Many people had thought that this would be a quiet final chapter of his career. But on the business side, it became a new market explosion. In America, football, which is called soccer there, suddenly came into mainstream conversation. The Messi effect started showing in tickets, subscriptions, jerseys and social media attention all alike. Messi's name came at the top in MLS jersey sales. Inter Miami's pink jersey did not remain just a club jersey, it became a global pop culture item. For Adidas, this was a benefit again. Messi had now become the face of football excitement not just in Europe or South America, but also in the United States market. But here, it is necessary to understand one thing with honesty. It will not be right to link Adidas's entire financial growth only to Messi. The company's sales are made of many factors: global retail, shoes, apparel, football tournaments, lifestyle products, supply chain, pricing, and market conditions. Messi is one powerful asset among them, not the whole business. Still, it is true that an athlete like Messi does not give a brand just visibility but credibility too. And credibility is a very expensive thing in sports branding. Nike's story here is not a failure story. Nike is even today among the most powerful sports brands in the world. It has legends, athletes, and a massive global business. But the Messi episode shows that even a big company can lose a rare opportunity due to a small communication mistake. The brand size can be big, but respect for the relationship should not be small. This story is not just of Nike versus Adidas. This is the story of every business, every creator, every professional, and every relationship manager. Many times, a customer does not ask for a big order. They just ask for a response. Many times, a partner does not ask for more money. They just want to feel that their point was heard. Jorge Messi's alleged gear request was small. But behind that request was a father's expectation that the brand was taking his son seriously. If any executive had given an immediate reply at that time, sent the gear, made an apology, or just kept respectful communication, perhaps the story would have been different. Perhaps Messi would have stayed in Nike. Perhaps both Ronaldo and Messi would have been in the Nike ecosystem. perhaps the biggest rivalry of football marketing would have been formed inside the same brand, not outside the shoes. But history is not written with perhaps. History is made of decisions, delays, and missed signals. Adidas read the signal. Nike missed the signal, and Messi chose that brand which gave them better attention and value at that time. There is an emotional lesson here too. Talent is often quiet. People like Messi do not make much noise. But when they feel ignored, they quietly change direction. The most dangerous client in business is not the one who complains loudly. The most dangerous is the one who silently goes away to the competitor. The relationship of Messi and Nike could have looked strong like Fevicol because the start was early, the connection was long, and the future was bright. But no relationship runs only on history. It needs care, clarity, and respect at every stage. Adidas did not just sign Messi, but turned him into a long-term story. From a child to a superstar, from Barcelona to Argentina, from the World Cup to Miami, this journey kept going along with the brand. Today, when Messi steps onto the field, fans look at the player, analysts look at the records, and the business world looks at a missed opportunity. Nike did not end the world by losing Messi, but it certainly lost a chapter that cannot be bought back. The biggest suspense of the story is this, that in a sports industry of crores of dollars, sometimes the game turns around not at the contract table but on an unanswered request. And this is the real inside story of Messi Nike Adidas. A crack started from a small gear request changed the direction of football branding. Because every small thing is not small in business. Sometimes the price of a tracksuit is not visible in the balance sheet, but proves to be very expensive in history. Therefore, the next time a brand feels that a small client, a small request, or a small message will be looked at later, they should remember Messi's story. Because the person whom you are considering small today can become the biggest face of the market tomorrow. And if you did not give him an answer at the right time, then perhaps he will give the answer to your competitor, not to you.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.